How to calculate CIDR value for any VPC or subnet. So what is CIDR? Classless interdomain routing. When you have any resources, AWS resources, that is going to communicate locally using this CIDR. So when you create a VPC, you must specify a range of IPv4 addresses for the VPC in the form of a classless interdomain routing. Let me explain what is the IP address first. Here I am taking 10 series as IP address. Each IP address has 4 parts and each part is called octet. From this 10 series of IP address, first part of this IP address is called first octet. Second part of this IP address is called second octet. And third part of this IP address is called third octet. As well as the last part of this IP address is called fourth octet. Each octet has 8 binary values, that is zeros or ones. Each octet has 8-bit binary values. The equivalent decimal values for this binary values is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 and 128. The total values of this one is equal to 255. Now each octet size has 8 bits and total size of these 4 octets is 34. So each IP address has 4 octets, then and that size is 32. Now each octet range is between 0 to 255. Let me explain what are the classes of IP addresses. IP address is classified into 5 classes: Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D and Class C. These Class D and D are allocated for in development purpose or multicast addresses. So from A class, Class A, Class B and Class C, some of the IP addresses are reserved for private IP address. Let me explain what is the private IP address. A IP address which is used locally and not accessible over internet. So there are some range of IP address fixed for private IP addresses. From class A, they took the 10 series totally and fixed for private IP address. For this, the network prefix is 8 bits and the 3 host bits are there. That means 3 host bits mean 24 bits. From class B, they took the 172 series from 16 to 31. This class B IP addresses is 16 network prefixes and 2 host bits. From class C, they took the 192.168 series totally for the private IP address range. So, so if you want to find number of IP addresses based on this network prefix, we have a formula. So total available host bits is equal to total number of bits minus network prefix bits. Based on the available host, we can find out the available IP addresses. The available IP addresses is 2 to the power of available host bits. For example, 192.168.0.0/16. Here the network bits is 16. So we have to find out total host bits, that is 32 minus 16. So here the octet size of IP address is 32 minus 16. 16 is network prefix. So based on the available hosts, we are going to find out available IP addresses. The available IP addresses is 2 to the power of available hosts, that is 2 to the power of 16. So the number of IP addresses is 65,536. From the series 192.168.0.0.16 series, we are going to get 65,536 available IP addresses. These are the private IP addresses only. Now calculating IP address for different network prefix. The formula here is for the total host bits equal to total number of bits minus total number of network prefix. the total available IPS is equal to 2 to the power of total host bits. From the already we calculated it for this series, right? I'm going to find out the total IP address from this 192.168.0.0./20 series. Here the total host bits is 32 minus network bits is 20. Then the total host bits is equal to 12. From the based on host bits, we are going to find out total IP addresses. That is 2 to the power of number of host bits. That means 2 to the power of 12. The number of IP addresses is here 4096. And one more example, I'm going to take 192.168.0.0./23. Here the network prefix is 23. The total host bits is 32 minus 23. The total host bits is equal to 9. So here I'm going to get the IP address is 2 to the power of 9. So the value is equal to 512. The number of available IP addresses. I'm going to do one more example. Using this formula, we can find out IP addresses. For the series of 192.168.0.0/24, we are going to find out total host bits is, that is number of bits minus number of network prefixes. That is 32 minus 24 here equal to host number of available host bits is 8. That means based on this we are going to find out number of available IP address. That means 2 to the power of 8 equal to number of available IP addresses is 256. So this is how you are going to find out available IP addresses. So I'm going to explain the VPC for 192.168.0.0. This is the CIDR block. Already we calculated it for the CIDR block for this. For subnet, I am going to take two subnets here. Let me explain how to take the CIDR block for this VPC as well as subnet. Now how to choose the CIDR for VPC. So it depends on as per IP addresses requirement and total number of subnets you want to create, right? So here I want to create two subnets. So as a requirement, I have a requirement as 200 IPs and allocate 100 IPs for subnet 1 as well as 100 IP address for subnet 2. As per formula, we have VPC 192.168.0.0. Already we calculate this, right? So total host bits equal to total number of bits, that is 32 minus total number of network prefix, that is /24. Now available host bits equal to 32 minus 24, that is 8 host bits. So based on this we are going to find out total number of IP addresses, that is 2 to the power of total host bits. So the available IP addresses here is 2 to the power of 8, that is 256. As per my requirement, I need 200 IP address. As per my requirement, this is going to fulfill. That is the reason I am going to take VPC CIDR is 192.168.0.0/24. Now I am going to calculate CIDR for subnet. Based on this VPC CIDR, I am going to find out subnet CIDR 192.168.0.0.20/25. For the second subnet, I'm going to take the CIDR 192.168.0.25. Now I'm going to find out how to calculate this. For 192.168.0.0./25, total host bits is 32 minus 25. That equal to the available host bits is 7. So based on this available host bits, we are going to find out total IPs. That is 2 to the power of 7. That equal to available IP address is 128. For this, as per my requirement, I want to allocate 100 IP address for this subnet 1 as well as 100 IP address for the subnet 2. So this is as per my requirement, the CIDR block is going to fulfill this my requirement, right? So I'm going to take one more example, 192.168.0.0./26. Here it is, the total available host bits equal to 6 and the total available IP address is 64. One more CIDR is 192.168.0.0./25. So here the total host bits is 32 minus 24 equal to 8. The total available IP addresses here is 256. So if you observe this, as per my requirement, this CIDR block is going to fulfill my requirement. That is 192.168.0.0./25. So that's the reason I took the CIDR value as 192.168.0.0./25 for the subnet 1, as well as subnet 2. I took the same CIDR block, right? So which will fulfill 100 IP address for each subnet. So if you observe this, the starting IP address for the block 192.168.0.0. and 00 is the starting value, and IP address 192.168.0.0./127, because we allocated here the last bit is 128. That's the reason we calculated the first value as 00 and the last IP address is 127. So that's the reason I write the CIDR block for the C subnet 1 is 192.168.0.127/25. This is CIDR block for subnet 1. Let me explain this again. Based on the previous example, I am going to find out the starting and ending IP addresses. So as per my requirement, I have the 192.168.0.0/25 network CIDR block. Here the total host bits is 32 and number of network bits is 25. That is 7 total host bits. Based on this, I am getting 128 IP addresses. If you observe this, I have 32 bits for the each IP addresses. Among these, I want only 7 host bits. As per my requirement, 7 host bits only. If you count this, I will get the 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64. The total value of this host bits equal to 127. Okay, this is the end IP address of subnet. Okay, let me explain again. For subnet CIDR 192.168.0.127, because the 127 is the last IP address. That is the reason I took the IP address 127/25. So the starting value would be 192.168.0.0 and the last IP address would be 192.168.0.127. The 127 here is we would get it from this host bits. Okay, as well as I'm going to find out the subnet 2. Already we know that if we add 1 to the 127, we will get the next IP address. That is the starting IP address for this subnet 2. So here we added 1 to the 127, right? So already we have 128 IP addresses in the next series. So next available IP address is 128. If you add this to the 127, we will get the 255. This is how you are going to find out the starting IP address and ending IP addresses for subnet. So here I'm going to explain one more topic, that is AWS reserves 5 IPs for each subnets. So first and last IP addresses are not available to use from each subnet. Each subnet CIDR. First IP address 192.168.0.0, that is used to network address. So this is going to specify that which network we are going to use. The second 192.168.0.1 reserved for the VPC router. So 192.168.0.2, this is going to reserve for the future purpose. So in the future, if you launch any AWS load balancer, any resource, then it is going to assign the IP address for those resources. For that reason, AWS reserve the future purpose. And 192.168.0.3 also reserved for the future purpose. And the last one 192.168.0.127 for the network broadcast address. So this is how the AWS reserve for the 5 addresses for each subnet CIDR. Using IP range for the subnet 1 and 2. So the first three addresses are allocated for the AWS, and last IP address is also allocated for the network address. That's the reason the available IP addresses are 192.168.0.4, 192.168.0.126. So these 5 addresses reserved for the AWS. For the same subnet 2, we are going to specify the subnet CIDR equal to 192.168.0.128/25. The starting IP address here is 192.168.0.132 because 3 IP addresses are reserved for the AWS and last IP address also reserved for the AWS. This is how we are going to reserve the 5 address for the subnet 2, that is 198, 120, 130, 131 and 255. This is how the AWS reserved the 5 IPs. Thank you. Thanks for watching.